the case study below where there was someone who was hired to design the products in a company. This is the case study because you are a new hire in a product design team for a startup company that is developing new and more powerful versions of the kind of packet sniffing and email scanning software systems used by law enforcement agencies and corporations to monitor data traffic for programs to detect to monitor data traffic for illegal activities. And now, this kind of software might, for example, be programmed to detect illegal downloads of copyrighted work, to flag for review email key passwords, and sort of. So, you, now like, for example, my colleague, you are a young parent of 2 small children. Sure. So let me say, you, to develop the software, you are a young parent of 2 children, with parents and friends who are deeply proud of your achievements. So one day, you happen to overhear your supervisor chatting with another supervisor about a new contract. A new contract the company has recently received from a foreign government. Now, what is this new contract? The point where the families are often sent to labor camps with deplorable living conditions, without hope of appeal for an indefinite period. Your own nation has strongly criticized this country's human rights records. Your nation, where you reside, and many international organizations, as well as the United Nations, have condemned its practices. The practices of that country. Yeah. So now, you realize now that the product your team is working on is part of your company's contracts. Yeah. Remember, we are trying to develop a software. Remember, we are trying to develop a software that can detect illegal downloads. Yes. But we are trying to develop a software that is programmed to detect illegal downloads of copyrighted materials. So now that's in a sense we have to develop the part of the product that cycles specific keywords strings in private emails, text, social networking messages, Skype, and phone conversations. Now, reviewing the specifications for your test, you realize that your contribution to the product will almost certainly be used to identify, for extraction and review conversations between private citizens. You get me? Yeah. Your software, yeah. Now, to review private citizens of this country in which there is any specific discussion of their government or its policies, and especially those in which words like reform, justice, corruption, due process or human rights occur. To summarize it all, these people, like they were trying to, the man was given a contract to develop a software, but he realizes, after hearing the boss and the other counterparts and his counterparts talking about the same contract from another country, this man, I think, he became somehow suspicious. He had that fear.
But the rules of their country don't apply here.
Sorry?
No, let me summarize it.
But the rules of some countries don't apply here. That's why it was a military base.
Sorry?
Let me summarize it. Oh, now that case study, all it was about when they want the programmer who was going to be given that job to develop that system, he realized it that it was not in public interest of the citizen. So, in his mind or in his professional work, he decided not to do the work.
Not to proceed with the project.
But they are done, the team had progressed. They have reached somewhere. So they are not terminated it even.
What did you say?
No, the programmer refused.
No.
How sure are you that he refused? It wasn't mentioned in the case study that he refused.
Look at this case study. The programmer
They continued doing the work. Because he said when his teams were progressing the work, but he had discretion, so he reached the point where either continue or not. But still the contractor wants his work. That's what it is. But because of the laws of their country, what he knows in the opponent contractor, it's a military base, yet his country, we don't know what it is. So he's doing for the contractor who gave him the contract. But now what he wants, this guy in this state, they want to close that system in their side. That's what maybe they were thinking.
Mike, what do you have to say about that case study?
This guy must do his job because he's just an employee. He must just go with what the boss has said. I think he should go on and continue developing the system.
So now,
Because
I think with that,
because
he will be contradicting with his profession. So you as a profession, you see something contradicting to the project, you don't have to continue with that process. So you have to at least
I think
come up with
what I think if you are employed to some other company, you have to follow their rules.
But when you look at on the other side, it's like when you go to call that the IFC for the conduct for professional unions and what. It tells us that when you are developing a certain system or something, you should develop a system which does not injure people. You see that? Or any cause harm to the people you are developing. Like if you are developing a software, you know, now like such a system, when you look at this case study, it's like it's going to track people, what it means is it will
no privacy.
No privacy, it means it will injure people's what?
Not being public interest.
Public interest. What if someone he has his own things behind it?
Okay, so now what each and every member of us is going to do is everyone is going to come and explain what are they called?
The principles.
Principles.
codes of conduct.
Codes of conduct, and we shall relate all those codes of conduct to our case study. Okay, you explain as in inter.
What I was saying is this.
Naona waita kingine.
Okay, what I'm saying is this. Now, assume that what I see in that case is this. Yeah, like the contractor, what he's doing, he's developing a program, but he doesn't know where it is ending to.
Hey
So
guys,
that's
listen.
So that's the according to the rule of what the judgments, because he can't judge who was the what, but he knows it's his contract that what's the contract, what the system. The system must be ended. Maybe he's going to say it somewhere. What you can look at the example is the Taliban. They deal with one country. They have branches in some sections. Assuming that one person wants to sell the military weapons. Now, it's like in this case also, they are developing the system is going to track voice trackings, MSS of particular area. Maybe they don't know. So, in his conclusion, he may not have a judgment. So, who is who of the owner of what? Of the system. So what I think, what I suggest most is that the person, if he thought he developed a fear, but it is not shown, the fear in it. So, what in his principles is that as long as with rules, because he wanted a job, so he can't judge against himself. I conclude by that he can't judge himself. So what he knows that the system is what for his contract person, but he doesn't know the final.
So should he proceed with developing the software, even if he's going to sell the software?
You proceed even though you had it. Maybe you want to deal with what? Maybe you have to do a meeting with your members and what contract. That's what maybe I suggested according to the ethics of what of the needs.
Put here some point of correction. With that point of judgment which we are talking about, the software developer is not supposed to proceed with it because it will not be in public interest. Because tracking people's stuffs, it means you are violating their privacy.
Unless is going according to what? To his principles and ethics. But according to the standards of ethics, what is judging is maybe seen that there's an effect after what? The development. That the ethics are going to become immoral and somewhere what? Instituted and institute of themselves. Because everyone is going to be now in the home of state of uncovered. So what we think of judgment, we can't judge him by what he has had. We're not sure. Maybe the meeting was another case.
Siraj,
First pause.
if you were that software engineer, what would you have done in that case?
Now,
As the case of the Serif.
these people, you're trying to say that this man should stop the development of the software. But I think I'm opposing that. First of all, according to the first code of conduct, the code of conduct that I know about, and that's the public, first of all, it says that software engineers shall out consistently shall act. Software engineers shall act consistently with the public interest.
Okay.
So now, his public, remember, this man was given a contract. But after hearing the company owners discussing about another contract, the same contract from another country, this man has some fear to develop the what? Because he thinks it will be harming the what? It will be harming some people. But what I'm trying to say is, this man should continue with that what? That software, simply because I think the software will be helping his people, not people from another country.
It may not be helping the people of their country, because it's a military-based country. That's why I think they're supposed to take it. So, but though this one is the one who gave him the job, the contract of his own country. But I think it ends up in what? In their hands of the military, the country that they gave the ban out, because they have those punishment rules. So I think that's why he doesn't want, like, they are against now the public what? Public expression.
These countries,
There is no freedom.
Now you are exporting something illegal to their country. So according to business ethics, I think that's the idea of where you come, you are not supposed to do something which will injure people's lives. And moreover, when you look at this case study, it's like you are sending something to a country which has an embargo. Then it means now you are violating the rules. It's illegal. You yourself, it means you have at least in your heart you need to have that. You say, now I'm taking this thing, now it's going to injure people. According to our ethics, it cannot work. I think it's not right to go on with such a thing.
But I think, as according to him, he must be himself as the developer.
Absolutely.
To judge now, according to the
Now,
conclusion.
because when you look at our scenario there, in our scenario which we have looked at, for it is showing us where this software is going
To end, I think.
where
what
they
it
are
is going to
taking
do.
it. You know that now you are developing it, you have reached somewhere. Now they are explaining, you know, we are developing this thing. We have got a government somewhere which has an embargo already. Then it means this thing is it's not supposed, you are going to just smuggle it out. So as an engineer yourself, it means you are going outside the rules, the internal, even the UN or what law. Because already there's an embargo now for you are getting the thing, you are taking it there.
But
And
it is
when
not
you
just
look at
taking it there.
it's the
another case.
company, yeah, it's the company. Yeah, it's
What
the
I think
company.
is against the professional standards.
Professional standards,
Yeah.
yeah.
Now, when we look at that scenario,
Yo.
there is
Yes, Professor.
in a code of conduct, there is that point of client and employer. Now, a client and employer, and a client should act in best interest of his employer or boss, but within the public interest of the country. Like in that scenario, that software developer has to develop a system which will not be causing harm to those people. Then, in that client and employer scenario, which is the third, it states that the software engineer or developer should not develop a system knowing that it is illegal or unethical. So that system which it will develop will be illegal to the UN, because UN does not support that those military governments or governments which don't observe and retain people's democracy or rights.
Another thing, like let us say judgment, you need to have that integrity. You know, sometimes you may be in a certain situation. Let us say the situation is bad at the moment, for you may think it's the end of life, but life may continue after that. You need to maintain your integrity and independence, because you may be working in a certain company, you are protected by that company, but when they fire you, you are going on the street. What if you reach somewhere, then the people will say, now, you see, that's the guy who did such a thing. You have opened up your company at a later age. Because for you not take it, like you not judge, you say, no, you know, I should not do this thing for a moment. For you may look at a shorter future, yet in the end, you may find this thing, it may cause you more harm. Because you may find you may get, like when you're writing a CV, let us say you are bidding for a certain job somewhere. There are some
Standards you mean?
No, there are some things you put, past jobs you have done, what. Then you bring in such a job which you have already done. You say, now I worked on this system which was taken to a certain country. You know that, And now,
So that means that shows that a bad image that if you develop for them, you are going to say it's still against somewhere.
no, it's not that. It's like when you're bidding for a job, let us say you are going to post some jobs you have so far done. Now you are taking it somewhere to, let us say, in that bidding process, you say, now I have done this job, I've done this job, I've done this job for these companies. Then the end, even that job is among that. And moreover, you are working on that job, you know now it was going to a certain country which has a ban. So in the it is a little bit, now you may find in your future you may lose up to that. You may lose more jobs because of that. So you have to look at your judge. Most of the time when you are doing something, you have to judge. You sit and say, no, I have at least preserve your integrity and at least be independent in what you are doing, because it may affect you in the future. I think that's also part of that. Yes,
So that is what you mean,
when
it
you look
shows you a bad reputation.
bad reputation, because your you lose that integrity and what in you, like people.
By not
Wait.
developing it, it
Eh?
depends.
No, it's like you're in a certain situation. You are hired. They have hired the company and what. But now, like you are working in a certain company. You see that? But in the future, no,
If this guy develops like such an application, you never know this guy may be promoted to some other position. I think it can.
no, you see, when you look at judgment, let us say you are going to judge the system itself. You have built it, now you say, no, at least because in judgment there's integrity and independence. You see that? Now you see your independence, you may find, like let us say according to independence, the company they have told you to develop a certain system. You see that there's that. Let me look at it. Let me explain on
Because I see under product, software like software engineer must follow like professional standards, whereby you must meet the client's what specifications.
Yeah.
So I think this guy has the specific requirements, correct?
Yeah.
Requirements. So
No,
this guy
Developing
must,
that system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
I think he's meeting the standards of the profession.
on the other hand,
So I think we should go ahead and develop the system.
yeah, on the other hand, now, because when you look at our case study towards the end, they say you have developed a system, but you know, now you get to know some information from somewhere where they are telling you, this system we are developing, we are taking it to a certain country which was already banned. You see that? It's a military government, it has an embargo on it. Now, if you are in that scenario, you are building a system. Now, when you look at the product, you build a system which meets the client's what? Requirements. It's right. Eh? But now you are taking this system somewhere which is illegal. You see that? Now it's going to affect people's lives and what? So it means you have to be independent and at least preserve your
I think the main
somewhere.
goals of software engineer are if you have market and you have the job.
But you may
I
have
think those are the two factors.
yeah,
to look at.
Musisi. Yeah, Musisi, when you look at this,
So
you may have the job. Eh? There's this thing of short-term jobs. Now, if Musisi said, now you see Musisi, you are the one building a system for killing people like what? A bomb, what do you think so? Like let us say these people they take on what? Is it called Kalaba in the local language? Now you are the one building that. They say Musisi is the one who built that. Now you know that when you get someone is if you like another me, if I have that, like I have some data of you, that you build such a system, I cannot reference BC Douglas. That now you see, you go to Musisi,
You know what?
such a
This
system.
system
It knows
is-
now for you to do funny things. You cannot now
Nicolas,
you know where you are taking
this
the
system
system.
is not like an individual system.
Yeah.
Some develop modules and so on and so on. So this guy may develop a module and maybe it works very well. This guy may be promoted to some other
Yeah,
position. So,
yeah, you can be promoted,
Mm.
but now you're in a company. You come up, you are seated in the company, you know now because it's now this is a big thing. This law is called the mandatory law. It's like when you don't pay. When you don't pay or something, there's something bad according to someone. You know that now instead of picking like coming for the company, they may pick an individual.
And by the concept under the management,
So,
it's giving you
now-
another rule.
Now you have reached a certain scenario, you have built such a system, then you engage to your side. What if in future you are going to look at a job in UN?
So that
And
means-
moreover, they know you are the person, let us say you are looking for a job, or you are building a job in UN. You see that? You are building a job in UN. And you are the person they know. Now you are the people who build the illegal what software in a certain country which we give a ban. Are they going to give you that
do you
job?
remember
No.
the other stuff we
They
studied?
cannot. Though you build
Nicholas.
the job, according,
Import.
when you look at our professional ethics, that we code of ethics, for it shows you have to build a system which is a product which meets the client's requirements
So
and
that
what.
means you are saying what you are,
You have
doing
built it.
about that reputation.
Eh.
That means if you are a poor manager, that means also you manage them poorly.
The building.
If you have done now, if you was supervising a certain team,
No.
a certain team to develop that software, that means if you become a manager, that means you be
No.
part of a
When you
certain
look at this,
organization.
we're having a company.
Because he heard about it,
Yeah,
but they are not
no,
involved these
no.
members.
No, it's a company. You are inside the company. You see that? When you're inside the company.
They're not in the company,
Now,
but they are
for
partially
me,
regarded by
yeah,
that.
for me, I may be,
Okay,
I may be a businessman.
To summarize
You
that,
see that?
to summarize
I'm a
that,
businessman.
that
Yeah,
thing and
because
the
my
software
work,
developer
most
in
of
the
the
short
time,
run will make profits because you'll be paid for what he has done. but in the long run, even we harm the people. Even he can be imprisoned, like you see newspapers.
But he cannot
If
lie
New
because
Vision,
they told us he has to a family.
When you
prints
look-
out something
yeah.
which is
So
illegal,
because
sometimes even
when you
they
look
go to an
sometimes-
extent
No,
of
When you look at
searching
it,
for that
Not the person has
news
you know,
editor
some
who
companies,
edited
people,
that newspaper.
like companies,
Does not
they are
only
not, you may find the company is
stop
not
on the
owned
work
by
of the
a
company
what?
as
Look at
New
this
Vision,
very
but
top
also
hospital.
it may
If
also
you
go
look at
beyond
maybe
to the
not
workers.
work
Now,
upon us,
as a software
certain
developer,
patients,
do you want to
first we
get
figure out
money in the short run,
Yeah,
or do you want
but
to be
according
in
to
prison?
Yes. Moses, say something.
According to the case study we have been looking at, when we relate it to the codes of conduct, as a software engineer, since you are going to be employed in the company to be working with your team members, so you have to put this point in mind of your fellow members, the colleagues. You have to be fair and supportive to your fellow colleagues, therefore, and put in mind the end product, the purpose of the end product. So you have to assist your members coming up with the product. So you have to inform them what is the right code to follow. Should that software be put in place? Should it be developed for the users? Are you relating to the case study?
Yes.
Yeah. It's so when you develop this, yeah, you have to inform your members. You don't have to leave them, since you are working as a team, you don't have to leave them there. So you have to tell them what is going on, that since here we are developing this, but according to our government, it will not work for our government. So you have to be clear to your fellow colleagues. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so as we wind up with our discussion, like my members have been talking, as a professional software engineer, whenever you're developing software, you should consider the professional codes of ethics. Like they have all talked about them. In this case, the software engineer was not in order. It was very wrong for him to go ahead and develop such a system. So what he would have done maybe was to talk to maybe his manager and tell him the wrongs that would come out if they had went ahead and sold that system to that foreign country that was out of order. Yeah, that's it.